name is Anthony Gashard, and I am the president of ACR Design and Build, where we specialize in bringing properties into ADA compliance correctly the first time by obtaining a city permit, approved plans, CASP inspections, and having our plans CASP plan reviewed before we submit to the city. Oftentimes the city will approve plans and have multiple mistakes. But what we wanted to do here is put together a small retail center. This retail center has 4 tenants, and as you can see, it has 2 buildings. So it's critical to link the 2 buildings together with a path of travel. So we want to make sure that all of the elements are covered within this small center, just as they would be in our larger video of a much larger shopping center. However, the same burden and the same elements typically will apply, meaning you have to link the buildings, you have to have a path of travel from a site to arrival points, and most importantly, a city path of travel, which most architects and contractors always forget. But we're panning around 360 degrees here so that you can see this small center. And as we navigate around, the first area that we're going to start with is the city path of travel. Now, it's ideal to install your city path of travel next to a public bus stop. And as we come through and we navigate towards the top of our ramp that was constructed, you'll see that it is exactly what we did. We positioned our ramp right next to the city bus stop. So as we come up to the top here, you're going to see the bus stop, and you're going to see our blue sign with our ISA logo. This lets disabled persons up and down the street know exactly where the entrance is to this property, so they don't wander back and forth and navigate up and down the street. Now here you have a ramp coming down. This ramp is approximately 45 feet long. However, at 30 feet, we have installed a resting area, which is required. The previous ramp did not have the resting area, therefore it needed to be modified. You can see the detectable warning domes at the bottom. You can see the blue cross hatching over through the drive-through. Then on the right-hand side, you have a curb ramp. Now you can see that we built the accessible parking out of concrete for a variety of reasons. But take notice of the concrete flow line or the drainage flow line. We had to relocate that so it was out of the disabled or accessible parking. We need 2% in all directions, so we had to move that drainage ditch. If you look on the right, you'll see a long line of yellow detectable warning domes. Those are required at a flush or blended transition. You'll see the ADA railing on the right-hand side where we had to create a ramp to get down with a proper slope. Now we're linking these 2 buildings with this path of travel. As you can see, as we get close to that white van, the flow line or concrete drainage ditch is widened. Then you come up to another parallel ramp and you navigate to the left and you'll see 2 accessible parking stalls. And again, with the drainage ditch relocated out of the accessible parking stalls. Most architects often design these darn drainage ditches right through the parking, and you can't get your 2% maximum. As you go forward, you have a new curb ramp with the detectable warning domes. They're held back 6 inches. The sidewalk through these 3 buildings is all less than 2%, especially at the doors for the door maneuvering space. So now you have an accessible route or a path of travel all the way through to all of the accessible entrances, including level areas for a forward or parallel approach for the versatile machines there at the bank. Now we've come to an end of the accessible route. All the concrete is within the 2%. So here's an overshot of the complete accessible route of everything that is required, linking the buildings together. So this video serves as a purpose to show you what you really need to become compliant in a small center. So I hope it's been informative, and thank you for taking the time and viewing this.